Moon will enter the sign of Aries on 10th of October, and then for a couple of days Moon will be with Rahu in the Aries zodiac sign. Now Moon is out of Jupiter, so definitely Moon has a lot of knowledge, experience through whatever circumstances you have lived. And now with Rahu, Moon will expect things to move quite fast. But wait, Rahu is in Bharani Nakshatra, which means that Rahu will have this desire to make you feel or believe that what you know is the best. And if that is the case, then this Moon will try to utilize the power of Mars in the second house, use whatever resources you have, and then try to accomplish a dream, a task, and be very careful when you do that. When you deploy your resources, when you use what you have, say money or assets, even your words, you have to be extremely cautious, extremely careful with what you do with that strength, with that ability, because Rahu has a lot of deceptive abilities. Also try to understand that 6th from the Moon is Sun, Venus and Mercury in the sign of Virgo. And you also have to understand that 7th from the Moon is Ketu, and that Ketu is aspected by Shani, which is 10th from the Moon, which means any initiative taken because of a knee-jerk reaction from the circumstance, believing that you will be able to win that war and feeling that you have been on the receiving end, if this is the appearance of the war that you are going to go into, then you can be at loss if you don't know what you're doing. See, this is the time to utilize the power of Mercury, which is strategy, planning, proper mathematical approach rather than emotional outbursts. When Moon enters Aries zodiac sign, it will cross the Gandanta of Revati and Ashwini, and definitely this is one of a better transit because it will keep the ball moving. It will give you that necessary push. Rahu is expert in giving that push because hope is what keeps the world alive, and Rahu, maybe it is a false hope, but sometimes that false hope proves to be the true strength. That false belief sometimes proves to be the true strength. But see, there is a very thin line when the false belief pushes you in the positive direction, and given it crosses a threshold and you start living day to day on the basis of that belief system, that it becomes the reason of your downfall. You have to be very careful on what you believe, what capabilities you have. So always go for true assets, true capabilities. Like if you want to spend something, don't rely on credits, credit card, loans, because that is not your money. It's an assumption of strength, but then later on, you will have to repay that. So later on, you might realize that these couple of days you might have made few expenses and now you suffer because of that. Maybe it's a wrong decision. Rahu Moon conjunction will also will draw your interest towards occult, will draw your interest towards supernatural things, which is good. So you can chant Moon related mantra, Shiva mantra, and meditate and do pranayam. See, whenever Rahu Moon is together, pranayam is considered to be one of the best way to handle Rahu Moon. First of all, Rahu itself is a Vayu. So you can say it's one form of Vayu in the body, Prana Vayu. And when Moon meets Rahu, it is when this Vayu, whenever it starts corrupting the emotional state of mind, the Manaha Sharir, is when you start taking decisions as if your mind has become slave of some external force. Sometimes it is also said that you are occupied by an paranormal force or paranormal activity. But when you do that breathing exercise, this is called Nadi Shodhana. That means cleansing of the pathways, spiritual pathways, and that, because lungs are involved and we know lungs are capable of producing strong chemicals, that will help the mind expand, and that's the positive use of Rahu, because now you are looking beyond the horizon. So this Rahu Moon conjunction, you can take an oath that if you are healthy, you will be doing that pranayam under medical supervision, under the guidance of an expert yogic teacher. Rahu moon also can be helpful for people who are involved in business, but it can be really dangerous for people who are involved in speculative investment and business like stock market, NFT and cryptos. So you will have to be very careful on that front. Any argument with your spouse can turn out into a jealousy war. So you will have to be very careful, not compare yourself with anyone and don't be jealous with anybody. Just be happy with what you have and just try to expand your wealth, because this is the transit of expansion. Just expand in a way that respects your own boundaries and limits. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Please subscribe, stay connected. For consultations, drop me an email. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.